Is Fortnite the biggest love it or hate it video game of all time? Unlike the majority of other games where players have a straightforward opinion, Fortnite seems to be the exact opposite. What started as a small project was later turned into the biggest video game title ever. The game blew up so much that Epic Games hosted the biggest LAN event in esports history. The Fortnite World Cup saw players like Booga, who was just 16 at the time, winning $3 million. To put this into perspective, 2 weeks before the Fortnite World Cup, Novak Djokovic, a professional tennis player, won the biggest tennis tournament of the year and earned less than Booga. Other reports suggested that Epic Games raked in about $5 billion in 2018 just from Fortnite. So what happened after that? To understand why Fortnite blew up overnight, we have to travel back to July 25th, 2017. This was an era where Battle Royale games were just making a name for themselves. While every other developer was pushing for titles with realistic graphics, Epic made the decision to give Fortnite cartoony visuals. From dance moves to your favorite movie characters, Fortnite was more than just a run-and-gun game. The inclusion of placing builds to block yourself from bullets was a game changer as well. Players could now take fights from anywhere on the map while building structures to protect themselves. During the initial launch, the building aspect of Fortnite was minimal compared to what it is now. The game was simple. Stay alive as much as you can and just focus on one fight at a time. Getting a victory royale in 2017 gave players a sense of accomplishment no other game offered at that moment. Streamers who played the game saw record-breaking numbers of viewers hop on to watch their streams. In fact, Ninja, who was the biggest streamer on Twitch at the time, raked in 650,000 viewers at his peak. He managed to play a few games with Drake and Travis Scott, which was one of the reasons for his massive viewership. Everything was on full throttle as far as Epic Games was concerned. They had the biggest streamers streaming the game along with celebrities who couldn't get enough of Fortnite. It was all going well until 2 new features came out into the game. Turbo building allowed players to build structures much faster, introducing a new style of gameplay. Fortnite Creative at the same time allowed players to practice with infinite building materials, and oh boy, did everything take a turn from there. It was only a few years back that Epic started adding AI bots into the lobby. During the first few years, every player in the lobby was a real player. Unlike traditional matchmaking, Battle Royale games need 100 players in a lobby. The skill gap between players within the same lobby started increasing, and just a few seasons after Creative was introduced, Fortnite became the sweatiest game ever. Players went from building one wall for protection to constructing whole castles in a matter of seconds. This gave birth to another set of pro players who played Creative for 10+ hours a day just to master every building technique there is. On top of that, Epic was hosting cash tournaments every week, which made players focus on the gameplay mechanics more. A game that started out as a way to socialize with friends turned into the most competitive game, and that too almost overnight. The whole landscape of Fortnite began to change. Players stopped playing the game casually because the high-skilled players in their lobby. Even Ninja, who was the king of Fortnite, was dethroned by streamers like Tfue and Clix, who started getting more viewers than Ninja. While Tfue retired from Fortnite a few years back, Clix is still the biggest streamer for Fortnite, and rightfully so. Clix kept up with the meta throughout and put in the hours. He hosted custom 1v1 creative lobbies to ensure he played with the best players regularly. Practicing in creative mode was the key to success for players like Clix. This custom mode offered unlimited fights and helped not just Clix, but many players reach elite levels in Fortnite. When the Fortnite World Cup took place, Epic announced a total prize pool worth $30 million to be split amongst the players through different game modes. Yeah, this was the moment people finally realized how much a video game could offer in terms of a career. Players like Clix and Tfue were flaunting cash all over social media. Ninja got a $30 million paycheck to play Fortnite on Facebook, and the list just kept on going. Despite all this, after the World Cup, Fortnite started to lose players. The game kept becoming harder for new players to learn, and no one really cared to learn the building mechanics anymore. Everyone just straight up left the game and moved on to other titles. Psalm, who placed second in the Fortnite World Cup, left Fortnite to play Valorant and is now a full-time coach for pro Valorant teams. Another popular name who made a switch to Valorant is Benji Fishy. His pro Valorant team, Team Heretics, just recently placed second in Masters Shanghai, and it doesn't look like he'll be making a return to Fortnite anytime soon. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We put a lot of time and effort into researching and creating these videos, and your support means a lot to us. Now, let's get back to it. Epic is still trying to make Fortnite enjoyable for everyone. They've invested heavily in crossover collaborations and often feature concerts in the form of live events. The game has seen the likes of Marshmello, Travis Scott, and Ariana Grande perform live concerts within the Battle Royale island. Players were loaded into a custom mode where all weapons were disabled, and they could experience live events with some insane graphics in a virtual environment. This aspect of live events is still very unique to Fortnite and often breaks records for the most concurrent players online in a video game. The Galactus event in 2020 saw more than 15 million players online in Fortnite, while the Travis Scott concert managed to rake in a total of 12 million players for the event. Despite these numbers, players grinding the Battle Royale mode were decreasing season after season. Epic had to address this situation, and on March 29, 2022, the developers launched a highly requested game mode, Zero Builds. This mode removed the building mechanics from the game, and players were once again having the time of their lives. Though the launch did not hit the same numbers it did in 2018, the game saw a significant rise in players. Suddenly, the issue of sweats boxing players up and giving them a hard time was no more. Gamers with a history of playing shooters could now walk into Fortnite again with a fighting chance of winning a match. The addition of AI bots into lobbies also allowed beginners to enjoy the game while learning its integral aspects. In theory, this should have solved the problem, but it looked like the move was a bit too late. The players who had gotten good at building had found no builds boring and barely played that mode. On the other hand, there were players who only stuck to zero builds, and there were barely any real competitive players in this mode. The majority of the high cash prize tournaments still remain exclusive to the regular Battle Royale mode with builds, leaving no incentive for players who were grinding no builds. Yes, there are custom zero build weekly tournaments, but the prize money for those tournaments is nothing compared to the regular seasonal tournaments. Epic Games, being the masterminds they are, decided to cater to what everyone had been waiting for. They brought back the OG map from Season 1, and everyone went wild. Tfue even came back from his retirement to play the game, and once again, Fortnite was buzzing. The return of the OG map and the inclusion of Zero Build mode gave players everything they asked for. Epic was happy, the players were happy, and in 2023, the Fortnite universe was in a better place than it was a couple of years ago. The OG map remained in the game for a few months, and then the obvious question popped up in everyone's head: what's next? Epic confirmed that the return of the OG map would be temporary, and once the season was over, they would return to the new maps. Well, Epic shifted focus from Battle Royale and gambled with the launch of 3 new modes: LEGO Mode, Rocket Racing, and Fortnite Festival. The LEGO collaboration was an instant success, with over 2.5 million players online exclusively for the LEGO Survival Mode, and a total of 5 million concurrent players playing Fortnite. Once again, Epic managed to bring the players back to Fortnite, but now the game is once again one of the most hated games on the planet, with hardcore Fortnite players calling it quits. Why? Chapter 5, Season 3, Wrecked. The season that's absolutely wrecked Fortnite to an all-time low. Epic Games has a history of collaborations that always bring out the best in Fortnite, whether it's the Avengers or Dragon Ball Z. Almost every collaboration sparked excitement among fans. While it's true that items from the collaborations have often turned out to be overpowered, Epic was quick to nerf those items and maintain a fair level of gameplay. Chapter 5 Season 3 seems to have gone way beyond fixable at this point. The Mad Max collaboration seems to have completely broken the game, with players still struggling to find the real meta. Season 3 features overpowered cars and trucks that can literally demolish anything in front of them. The game saw many players quit on the first day of launch. Ninja was immediately vocal about not playing the game as much anymore because of its current state. Clix is still genuinely trying to figure out the game, but his recent YouTube shorts suggest that he might be calling it quits. What happened? Well, even in build mode, there's no way of escaping the car and truck chaos. Also, the game features a nitrous boost that allows players to run and destroy builds, which many consider to be against the core mechanic of Fortnite. It doesn't stop there. Players who try to hop out of their vehicles before they explode are greeted with nitro fists that punch them to their death. Unlike almost every item in the game, there are very few ways to counter this chaotic meta. While many players hate this update, there is a section of the community that embraces this season. To them, Season 3 gives a fair chance to win against sweats. Getting access to the overpowered vehicles and medallions is considered the key to winning in Season 3. Irrespective of how good players are, the endgame meta still relies on good loot rather than skill. However, the frustration levels after being run over or exploded are at an all-time high right now. Many publications have highlighted that this season has the highest rate of players quitting the game. The Zero build mode has seen a drop of 100,000 players compared to the previous season. Epic has a tough task on hand to bring players back this season. Half the map is completely taken over by the Mad Max collaboration, which features many chaotic elements. If the game was playable by removing 1 or 2 items, Fortnite could have salvaged this season. But in reality, that's highly unlikely because they added too many broken items into the game. From broken POIs to overpowered vehicles, Epic has to literally reset the game completely to make things right again. There's a Metallica concert rumored to happen this season, and it's highly likely that Epic will see a rise in concurrent players with that event, and hopefully by then, Fortnite will be playable again. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, check out our documentaries. We put a lot of time and effort into the research for each video, and we hope you liked this one. Until next time, peace.